Okay, ridiculous thumbnail was ridiculous thumbnail. Once again, we are here with BrickFest, New Jersey. Sorry, this took a little longer to set up the live stream than expected. Had to had to start the app over, and then on my phone, to record the live stream. But all good now. Nebulon Bricks, welcome to the room. We're starting things off with my area. This is basically all there is for MOC showcasing. The rest of the areas are standard fare for a BrickFest event. A lot of other vendors in the back sections. I'll go over Art of the Brick with this video as well, because I almost forgot about that. Kevin, nice to see you, and AWM Lego Films, Kevin Rydell. The two Kevins are back. Starting off here, I think you guys know most of this stuff. So the minifigure Big Bird, I actually do want to some point later, maybe tomorrow after I take it home, I do want to get this in Lego Digital Designer, try to rebuild it in there so I could customize it, make maybe my sig fig or other minifigures of this relative scale. Probably shape up a few things here and there, make it more angular instead of it just being based on basic bricks. Mr. Porg also works. Bricked a lot. Hey, how's it going? Yep, we go into The Simpsons in just a bit. I'm actually standing outside, even though I could easily walk through here. It's just a little tight, but this will work just fine. I can still zoom in. School bus, classic. I may redesign a few things on it just to try to get the colors a little bit better, like, thinner stripes, or, replace all of the yellow tiles in here, but that is yet to be seen. I may be able to fit another 2 seats back here. I'd have to figure it out, because I know that over time it's had a few issues with if you're applying pressure on sides of it, the wheels won't always roll. So I'll have to figure that out a little later on. Do Kevin's poof. I told you. AB Lego Studio, Oregon Building Rail Fan. Nice to see you both here as well. These are just a couple mock cars. I was going to put them in my beach town. They'll probably reappear there after the show, but I like throwing them in here. They're basically, these two are close to Lego City one car designs, but they actually do fit 2 minifigures in there. This one I thought I would make it interesting with a sunroof kind of pulled back on it, and also just change the style with them as well as the colors. But I built these upwards of a year to 2 years ago. And the truck, I at one point was going to call my sig rig, but I don't actually drive a truck, and the truck isn't really my style of car, but it's still a neat little thing. Then we got of course, Bart Simpson bust. More people have actually encouraged me in the past couple shows to build more than just Bart Simpson, to make Homer, Marge, everybody, the entire Simpsons family. That would be a great idea, but I would have to design it first before I actually go fetching parts, because it's going to take a long time before I get all the yellow brick together, even if I tear apart Big Bird, because Big Bird is basically on its last stance, because I didn't intend for it to be standing this long for the whole mock. I actually wanted to break that up sooner, and I think I already did a video on YouTube about it, so I wouldn't worry about retiring it since it's already been recorded. But yeah, sig rig, I've heard that used around a couple times, Kevin. I don't even know what I would claim as my sig rig right now. If I built basically this with a darker green and a little bit taller, it'd probably be closer to my actual car, which I thought that would be great to build at some point, but it's yet to be seen. Master Chef, once again, here you are. And we have no food here, so no jokes about foods. But yeah. Alright, see you later, AB Lego Studio. The rest of the live stream will still be posted on the channel as a little archive title change, but it'll all still be here. I've actually been receiving more compliments about the Little Shop of Horrors. Yes, we're getting to that. This is the second or third time now that people have said I should submit this to Lego Ideas. I'm actually considering that idea. It's not a losing venture for me to at least throw it on there, see what happens. If it doesn't get the 10,000 or it doesn't get approved, what did I lose? Just a little bit of time. That wouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, an unofficial announcement. This will be going on Lego Ideas. Some people even said the Rocky Horror Picture Show should go on there. I don't think subject-wise it would really work. Then we have Breakfast Club with the scene at the end. I do still have to make videos on each of these independently for the YouTube channel. I was going to try to work in a skit for each of them to homage to the movies, but that didn't happen. Yeah, I know they've been out since Philly BrickFest when I built these, but yeah, they definitely need to work on that. But thank you, Bricked a lot, and also thank you, AWM. This was it may be the first one out of these three, but this was honestly the most fun. I had a lot of fun with the building techniques put into this thing, and trying to, make the scene accurate. The only improvements I did right before Philly was this whole tan section along the top of it. It usually actually used to be a little bit shorter, but this filled it out a little bit more, so it just looked better that way. It's still plain, but I don't think it's a big deal. There's a lot of areas that are plain on these vignettes. I'm still trying to work on the Ferris Bueller one, but it's yet to be seen. And I am displaying with Garden Slug, for those who are wondering about the signage. Still to go to the pickup. Yeah, I still have to work on my brick head. I have most of it, just need to find like 2 or 3 more tiles and fix the arms. Brick Mystery, nice to see you in here. Master Builder Lego Productions, nice to see you as well. That's 10. That had to be said. I've had these for a while. Self-mock, sort of. It's not supposed to look like me. It's just like if I had a character. It's my OC. All those fun stuff. It actually was fun to build, but I will say after several shows and maybe 2 years of it being out, and I did already do a video on it, it isn't the most easy thing to stand up. The legs do not hold up the body too well. It's very bulky there. I've had the arm fall down multiple times. Even though it's on ball joints and gearbox, it's still not great. Jason Voorhees, you're right. And I built him at a show with only the show parts. I feel like it could be improved, but I'm not entirely sure what other parts I would need to make it look better. I still like a couple techniques here and there, but I'm not too sure. Most people have been able to identify it right away, and one person even asked me, did they make like a special piece for that? They even asked about this piece if it was actually real Lego, and only one kid actually knew right away that was from Hero Factory. What your superhero version would look like? I don't know what that means. Also, not my sign. It's just Garden Slug. I had a bunch of those signs. House of Bricks, nice to hear you. Hashtag man of many legs. Yeah, not saying it shouldn't be a problem. I don't think so. I've heard of others. Man or woman of many legs. Gotta say, this content is much better than Swedish YouTubers because it's always drama in the Swedish. Alright then. Well. Yeah, I'm not saying there's drama here, and I'm ignoring it. I'm just like, I didn't know it was that bad. I don't know what Bricked a lot asked before, though, but that's why I just had to read it. Thank you about the legs and mask. I have thought about Freddy Krueger a few times, and I even thought about I don't know if this character even has a name, but it's the album artwork for Mental Health from Quiet Riot. I wanted to make that because I thought of just the right mask for it. I still have a long way to go when building Bionicle MOCs, trying to get everything just right. Supermaniac, probably. I really don't know about the superhero thing. What happened? How did that get brought up? But this table is from someone else that does a lot of space stuff. They Technic every so often, power functions. It's amazing, and they still have more that that isn't at the show right now, but has been going very well. This portion in the back he was testing out earlier today, but I didn't get any footage of it. Basically all pneumatic pumps. You can see like air tank on the side and the pressure gauge. It's very cool. Very cool, because you could see this thing like legs open up and even move up and down. It was something interesting. I don't understand what half of it, like how it works, but there it is. Yeah, a lot of Blacktron stuff this weekend and some Space Police, which I really do like the designs here. Some Unitron, that was very cool to see as well. Like that nice like revival sort of feel. And then we have that was from maybe mispronouncing the name, but I think it was Gareth. I may be wrong in that. Also, I apologize for the brightness. Might be having to do with the lights and trying to go between them. Friend is good at CCPS. MOC does an interesting take. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nebulon. Mini Brick Productions. Nice to see you here as well. So this is something that Jesse built. He is the one who organized the Star Wars collaboration we did a while ago. We actually did win an award at one of the BrickFest events, or maybe it was Brick Fair. I think it was Brick Fair. And he does a couple of war stuff here. I remember if you mentioned that name, but it still has a lot of cool effects, and these are all easy to come apart, to put away. The plants are put down yesterday, like before we left. A couple of helicopters in there. I do love this effect here for the rocket launcher. Very nice. Some people even asking at the other vendors if they had some of these figures. They didn't, but it's still good for still a tribute to how they look. Oh, nice, Master Chef. I actually haven't seen that many of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Maybe I remember parts of the first one. I don't remember if I saw the whole thing. Tanks look good too here. Helicopters are doable. But yeah, that was mainly what he had for the display. Then we go over to Christina, who has several mosaics and several sort of brickhead feel things, nanoblock feel, because it was based on the nanoblock series where they have smaller micro versions, but they just translated it into Lego. So not bad. And I think it was at the same convention that we both had Big Bird, and we jokingly said, "You stole our idea." But yeah, a couple Sesame Street stuff in there. I do like the mosaics. They turn out nice. I can't remember all of them though. That brown one, I forgot to ask her what that is supposed to be. All right, see you later. The awesome sauce. I'm confusing your name. The awesome sauceum. That's it. Nice to see you here. Red Brick Studios. How's it going? Yeah, I really do like how these turned out. I threw it up on Twitter and Instagram, quick response thing about Mega Man. What's your favorite villain or robot master or boss from the original 6 Mega Man games? The reason why I'm asking about that, I do want to do pixelated Lego version of them for an upcoming project. Kevin knows what I'm talking about. I actually did help Christina with several of the plates in here. Still have to get a few more for her. I did give her the fish and the octopus to work with this. Don't worry, I still got plenty for the Lego aquarium. But yeah, nice little thing in there. It used to be in a bowl, but now it looks a lot better. Then we move over to, I believe, Danny, who several Brick Fair New Jersey events, he's had something very similar to this. Big train layout. A lot of pieces that were used here were from the Pick-a-Brick wall, especially for all the sidings. The redesign here, this is new for this bridge area. Part of this actually broke yesterday before before anything started for a convention or whatever, but it all worked out. So yeah, Danny boy, there it is. And of the Transformers masks, they're cute and creative. Yeah, they're definitely good. BrickTuber, nice to see you here. Yeah, this thing, it has 3 trains running through it, because there's the bottom track that's along the AstroTurf, which I thought was a really good addition in here. There's 2 tracks along here, and one of them that overlaps the other along the bridge. It was really cool to see. I did throw some video of it on Instagram story, but I don't know. I really wasn't sure if I would do a lot of video for this event as its own YouTube video, but at least you get to see it as the live stream. Yeah, there's not many people here, but at least I get to go up and close to everything without pushing kids over. But yeah, lots of trains in here. It works very well, and some parts were adjusted around. Like this used to be part of a 9-volt track with some copper overlays. he was telling me about yesterday. But for now, it's just running mostly power functions for all three trains. I do like how he mentioned to me he got these bits that are in the construction yard. He got those from Lowe's as sample tiles, so that like if you need it for carpeting or whatever, you just get like a square of it, and you can bring it home and feel it out. But he got all three of these pieces for free, and they just fit right in for a construction scene. Was it busy today? It was decent. It was pretty busy. But it did pan out like in the last 2 hours or so, where it felt significantly less than the morning. But I think it was okay. All right, I think we I think we gazed at it enough. It is really well done. Even the suspension bridge on there, all those little points you see vertically, they are holding up that curve in the middle. That is very well done. I think it looks like fishing wire, but I'm not sure. And the blue base plates are actually borrowed for the event, a contribution from moi. Now we go over to Gary's stuff. He does a combination of a bunch of things. He's done some power function stuff in the past, so I've asked him once or twice about this. This is a really cool self-contained GBC. So any of these modules, he mentioned to me, like he could take the arm from here and move it out to another thing if it needs to be in a longer setup. But I did get to see a little bit of this movement before. It does look very good. I do like all the different components to it. Uh, I still got to learn a bit about GBC. It's a home game. That's right. These aren't actually the same balls that you would find from like the soccer sets. They're the same size though, so it looks good. I'm glad it works, and it just looks great. It's not like too messy, too colorful. I'm afraid of making ones that might be too messy or colorful. This one is a classic. Been around a couple times from a Knights of the Round Table sort of setup. Do you like how the table is made in there and having like the insignia on the table? That's very nice. I also like the stained glass in the background with the crown. That is I'm really impressed by that. How everything holds together there, and of course the tower. It's pretty good. Target Flagstaff finally had the Harry Potter sets. Oh, okay, nice. I don't remember what the QR code is. It might be just for Garden Slug. I don't know. I have no solicitation here. I'm not advertising myself as a maniac for bricks. I don't even have it on my name tag. Oh wait. Well, I just have it say maniac for bricks, but I don't have like a sick thing on there like I usually do. This one is relatively new. He's been working on it for a while and updated a few things about it, but this is a DC Villains golf course. Very well done. I love every single part of this. It's very in character with every one of these, Killer Croc and Man Bat and everything. A few of them actually do turn. There is a motor here for the windmill, so it actually does spin. None of it's really supposed to be in large motion, but it still looks very nice. I do like the little references in here too. Got the Lazarus pool there. And then got the dance party from Batman movie. Someone I know named Energy Bricks Customs is coming to BrickFest. Oh, nice. Well, we're the first ones in, so, can't miss us. Maniac for Secret Identity. It just feels weird to solicit myself when I'm with Garden Slug. Like I should probably just be advertising the club more than the YouTuber. Hey, Brick Maniac, nice to see you here. Yeah, the egghead mech is very cool, having the big splat there. And these are like actually, cut out sort of avenues for each of them. I do like that look to it. Got like all the mud splats for Clayface. Very nice. Of course, the last hole does have to be the Joker's, giant clown mouth. What other way to do it? Also, do love is just stand behind there with the dynamite. And then you have like the entryway. I guess it's like you go this way and then that way. It doesn't. They do have numbers on each of the holes. I just wasn't paying attention when I was first showing it. So yeah, that's number 1. This is number 18. Yeah, just me being me. Don't worry. Okay, almost out of snag. Red and black domino is cool. Yeah. So that's it for Gary's stuff. Then we have Tim, and this is the recent thing that he put in. He told me made this not too long ago, added for the show. Obviously using some Jurassic World stuff in there, and I didn't even notice this before. Well, now I'm gonna get flagged by YouTube. So it's Lego. It's just cartoony, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. You got the little baby dino in there. I didn't get any of the baby dino poly bags outside of one, which is in a haul video that is coming up in the near future. Surprise haul. Didn't expect it, but it is cool. All right, see you later, Nebulon. We got a vignette in here as well. There wasn't actually a vignette contest I should have entered my stuff for on the Garden Slug forums, but I didn't know when it was going to end. And this one, I think, was not too long ago. He's also done like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles layout here with like fully fleshed out buildings. He's done like a pirate scene. It might have been like using part of this for it as well. But yeah, a couple of different stuff here and there. Gary's also done a couple of sculpture stuff. He used to have 1 or 2 things in one of the Lego stores in New Jersey. It was like this large Batman building with like walking along the side of the building, you know, and then like the Batmobile underneath and things like that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Tim's stuff is still carrying over, and what I said is still here. Another vignette, the isometric style with all the like monsters and I love how this thing, you know, it feels like it's actually coming out of different areas and like going through the floor. He did have like a big zombie thing in here. I think he had 1 or 2 Star Wars things at one point. I can't remember exactly, but if you wanted a full fleshed out supermarket in Lego, this is it. Take your screenshots now because this is quite the layout. Really do like this thing. I think it's a little bit bigger than the Quickie Mart. I don't own it, and I'm not there to compare, but I did want to mention that. And then you have the gas station, so, you know, connected. You can even see the connection points. But yeah, a bunch of clowns. A bunch of clowns running through there. Let's see, get underneath. Reminds me of the Quickie. Yeah. Fine timing of me to say that. So here's the turtles thing that I was talking about before. Both sides of the buildings are fleshed out. I don't remember about the interior, but like they still look good either way of setting up the building. And this would be the back of it, from what I've been told. It looks pretty good. I like how all the turtles are situated in there, and you get some, you know, effects here and there, like the water splashing. Very nice. Bunch of stuff in the garbage. MJ Bricks, nice to see you here. Top fan number 10. Thank you very much. I can't take credit for this stuff, though. And now we save probably the best for last. Art of the Brick would be the last one, but for the Garden Slug stuff, you can see it there. I do love how the slugs in there are actually Lego Rock Raiders, the slimy slugs. Lego Slug, for one of the first things that pops up. Why not? But anywho, you probably know this one from multiple conventions, multiple years. I posted a little bit about this earlier on Instagram. This has been here for over 5 years, and I've seen it many times, but I still have to appreciate all the different stuff to build it, building techniques in between stuff. I've seen only snippets of different corridors and such. It's still a remarkable feat. This is Dario's castle. It's and it's no wonder that it's like one of the first things you see in here. I was blown away the first time that I saw this, even as an attendee, and there's still so much of this to absorb. I cannot cover all of it in this live stream or any video. Maybe if I get a lot of pictures tomorrow or video, but yeah, it's difficult to really take a look at it all the way through. This thing is so big. It comes apart in sections, and I have seen him like pack each one of them into a box. And there is a U-Haul he usually rents to store his stuff in general, but a bunch of this takes up the U-Haul. I don't know exactly if it took years to build, but I wouldn't put it past it because this is incredible. I don't remember if it's won any awards in the past with other events like Brick Fair, but it's still a sight to behold. I'm actually going to give you a closer look because I can't justify the courtyard just by standing on the outside. I'm breaking in, even though I'm allowed to be here. Yeah, I need to see a little bit more up close for like all the jousting tents in the courtyard. It's incredible. One by one brick, nice to see you here as well. Reminds me of England from medieval times. Yeah, definitely has a medieval flair to it. You can see that. You can see like some things are borrowed from a bunch of different castle themes. Like the main color scheme being like the kingdoms, where it's like a Lion Knights and a lot of these guys around. So yeah, definitely a lot to take in. I wouldn't say this is minifigure scaled, but it's pretty dang huge. Dario builds it big. Hashtag Dario built it big. I don't know. It's just, there's so much to it. Now you're at minifigure eye level looking in here. Even got some very highly coveted goats. It's amazing. Like I said, I still haven't seen everything about this. I didn't even know about this section in here. Very neat. That actually reminds me of I want to say Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. For some reason, this little like garden area reminds me of like going through that garden. Maybe it was Majora's Mask as well. There's like the medieval town in here. You can even recognize some of the remodified buildings. The reason why there's only like one or two MOCs here that are from Dario. Because they big. Because they are big. Like the haystack. Ninja Tannic, nice to see you here. I did mention on Instagram, they use a lot of burps through here. And mostly just for like the bottom, like shore side sort of thing. But the one thing I found interesting about it was on one side of it, it has a very marsh feel. Like with all the marbled kinds of burp pieces. It actually does look a little bit better, and it's also interesting to see each and every one of them is different from each other. So they have like, I'll see if I can walk around to it again. Here, like this entire side. You can see how some of the, like every so often, Lego will make some pieces that are, different colors mixed in between with, granules in between certain molds. No two of these are the same. They're relatively close for some of them, but I've looked through this and they're different every time. That's what I love about them, because you'll always get a cool effect out of it and make it feel even more natural when building. Even if you use one or two, it just looks great. If I remember correctly, these were from around 2006 or 2007. They had the Fantasy Castle era, my favorite, and one or two of these were used in the castle might have been used in a Bionicle playset around that time. Alright, well, we're in the Cove. You can see better the Ardent Slug logo we've had for a long time, even before me. Jersey's Lego Users Group. And the paper pamphlets and things around here. I posted about this the other day when we were setting things up. I thought it was funny. They added Jersey accent to it. Golden Slug. That's how they intended to pronounce it. We didn't write that. That was just how they reserved the space. While I'm around here, you can see the golf course from this side. It's a little bit better. Just that different angle to it. Yeah, I live in New Jersey. I'm like not too far away from this convention, actually, from this convention center. And this is taking place in the Meadowlands, which is like pretty much the border of New York. There's like the Meadowlands, there's Secaucus, there's West New York, and then there's New York. West New York is technically a New Jersey town. Weird as it is, but it exists that way. Oh, you can also see this side for the train layout. This is like the second biggest thing in here. I'd say the castle being the biggest. But yeah, you can see how many parts are in here are from the pick-a-brick wall. Makes it easier for bulking it. And I did mention to Danny when he made this, I asked him about, like, they now have on the pick-a-brick wall the pixel joints that have like a ball on one end and the receiver on the other end. I didn't know if that was going to be any easier for making the suspension on the bridge. But this seems to do the job well, And with those, you would kind of have to like bend them into place, whereas these, they're already, at a fixed angle. So, the ratcheted or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the base plates like contributed. These are from the Star Wars MOC. When we did the big Rebel base. This is exactly what I built for it on either end. Not in the same orientation, but yeah, there it is. It's good. And now, we'll wrap things up with the other Dario MOC and Art of the Brick. I'll go back to that, but now I can actually show it to you on the inside and be a little bit closer. Sacred Bricks, nice to see you here. Is West New York near Rhode Island also? Not that I know of. Because this is like very northern New Jersey. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm almost done. Okay. Gotcha. I won't hold you up. I got my stuff packed, so I'll be ready to go soon. I don't know if there's an exact name for what this is, but I do remember that it is partially based off of StarCraft, if you've played that game. I personally haven't, but I do like the mechs in here. And they're almost the same copy. Some of them have little changes here and there. But they do look very nice. Yeah, I will have to grab my stuff. Sorry to rush this one, but we got enough running around to see it. Let's see here. So I got my bag of stuff. Got some snacks. I could probably leave the snacks overnight. They're all chips. It'll work. My setup is no frills underneath. We'll take a look at Art of the Brick real quick. Because like I said, other than that, there's not really a lot of MOC stuff. I could really justify it as a MOC showcase all throughout the convention. The rest is pretty standard. Glow zone and such. Even the glow zone is just kind of like their standard stuff. So not much to write home about. There were a couple of these ships over here. I don't remember who made it, but there are a bunch of business cards. Teach Fleet. Built a ship program. Free sponsorship. Yep, I don't know. Am I pantsless in there? It looks... Because I joked about this before, how a sig fig head and hair is very generic. I joked about it on Instagram the other day. But it looks like somebody that's in there with yellow pants or pantsless. So I'm riding I'm riding on the seas. No pants. All right then. I seriously did not add my sig fig into anything, but these ships do look incredible. I love the way the flags go down on either side. I don't think it's supposed to be pantsless. It's just, since minifigures by default are yellow skin, a yellow leg assembly or a pair of pants or whatever makes them look like they have no pants. I mean, they did that with Where Are My Pants guy, where the hips were white and the legs were yellow. Art on the Block. Art of the Brick is a different thing. Sorry. Art on the Block is from EJ. If you know Abby's Dabbles, it's the same group, but EJ made all of these, brought them around from many conventions and many different places, and they look fantastic. I'm free sponsoring him because, I'm not just saying it for saying it's saying. I mean it. I love the Freddie Mercury one. That looks fantastic. All of them have great style to them. Using like your basic plates, on very large base plates, have their own frames around them. There's even a little bit about each and every one of these for the number of pieces, how many hours it took, and things like that. This one, it says it's lenticular, so that means if you look at it in one angle, you will see just the bones of the dinosaur. But if you look at another angle, maybe that one's the bones? I forget which side is which. One is the bones and one is the full structure. It's a very nice technique I've seen a few times from a few people. I saw at BrickFest Virginia last year. They did it for a lot of Bionicle displays. I really love the Iron Man as well because just so many little pieces in there. Like if you look very closely, you can see all kinds of clips and grill tiles and stuff all over the place. Master Chef, nice to see you again. Oh, I mean the way I said it. I don't know. It's Maniac for Bricks. I have no script. I have no... I write better than I talk. T-Rex reminds me of Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I can see that, and good, because if you hold on for a second, you can already see some of the Super Mario trending, and this also looks very good. Again, the same idea as the Iron Man, a lot of different elements that are put in there outside of plates that still put the shape together when you look back at it. I love it. Here we go, a little more basic, but still very good. Super Mario Brothers. I love it. I've thought for a while I wanted to make something that will be Piranha Plant based, but then I saw JK Brickworks did it, and I can't do anything that good. I'll be honest. Other things near Mindfair advertisement, because BrickFest also owns Mindfair, Wildcard Toys. For those who are wondering, I'll go to it in just a sec because it's on the way out. But I did see like the Brick Show stickers on some of the built-in plates, like in the because they used to sponsor them for quite a bit. Here's Abby Dabbles. There's a bunch of other vendors in here. Bricks on the dollar, or Mr. Brick Shop right behind it, taking up like 3 vendor spaces, but it's all good. I see the ad in there, and I'm thinking I still gotta build that. I don't remember exactly what the name of the seller is, but I have seen them multiple shows. Got the building glow zone area, and I did, I can't look at this the same way after Red Brick District. I'll put it that way. Brickmania has a small corner. We have the Super Socks shop. It's relatively new to me, being part of the conventions, and they do like good quality stuff, but I don't know. Factory Fresh Bricks right around the corner here. Brian, I've known him for a while. He's also part of Garden Slug. Does some stuff every so often. Nice kit too. Face painting, or airbrush, face painting. That's the round. Got the Brick Built Woody. They have a few master builder models around. Building on the walls, audit speaker, whatever it's called. These portraits, kind of like portraits. It's surprised the stocks aren't. I thought they had one or two Lego themed stuff. They have like the 2x2 brick that's stock themed. But yeah. Mason, nice to see you here. You're not late at all. You can watch the earlier part of this if you want to catch up on things. BrickCrafts, I need to speak to them as to getting a Lego license plate. I don't know if I'm going to get it this weekend, but I'd still like to, try to start the thing about that. I'll thank Kevin Hinkle for that. The deflated Lego minifigure. It's so sad when it's deflated out on the ground. There's the giant mosaic area over here. I haven't seen how much of it is built yet. They do have the speedway, the derby over here. Standard fare, like I said. I hate to say it, but when I go to these conventions for so much, and even for displays, a bunch of it just kind of blends together. Like, I've already seen it for a while as what it needs to be, Like, also here's the Meadowlands concession stands. Look at damn prices. They're real good. No, they aren't. Cheese pizza, it says $3. It's probably $3 a slice. I'll be honest. Convention food, it doesn't taste that great, and it's also not the best price, usually. Better off going to anywhere around here, because there's a whole bunch of places around here. Oh, yeah! Okay, this is the one from Philly. So I don't remember what they were building in here, if it was Darth Vader or an Ninjago or something. This was the superheroes one they had at Philly, with a lot of basic 4x4 plates. You see probably a couple of other things in there. But yeah, one side of this is DC. The other side will be built tomorrow. That's Marvel. And I have covered that before on video, if I remember correctly. Maybe one or two photos. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something when it's more complete tomorrow. Imagine how it feels. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not putting your experience away, Kevin. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you still do these? That's got to be crazy to go to all of them. You got the white brick corner, or at least now it's in a corner. It's usually in the middle. But yeah, architecture kind of thing. I really do like the building though because of all the different styles they put in, like in history, architectural history. But that thing is very heavy, and that thing is very hard to move. I've seen them try to move it after conventions. It's not an easy feat. They do have some other stuff that's not Lego related, but just geek fans things. They usually have something that's Star Wars related. 501st Legion. I saw them walking around before with costumes. Might try to get some pictures with them. I mentioned yesterday on Instagram about the mannequins. It just looked funny. I got the helmets in there. What kind of building? It's just it's an everything building. The best way to put it. Hey, Dalek. So BrickFest already started today. This is one day in of BrickFest, New Jersey. There's still a day tomorrow. It's a little shorter, 10 to 5, I believe. And I just kind of waited out today, be like, oh, how'd it go? I honestly think it was good. It probably could have been a little bit more as far as people. I talked with Bricks on the Dollar and Warminster Brick Shop and Brian with Factory Fresh Bricks. It seems like, Saturday is usually the more popular day, but it could have been they probably expected a little bit more out of it for attendance. You got the donation bin there. I did see one or two people get a photo here. There was the trash monster. I forget his name. Somebody's going to correct me in the comments. There was a trash monster back in that corner with just the eyeball sticking out. Like it was still the eye socket or whatever, and the eyeball sticking out. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe the kids thought it was scary. I don't. It's weird that it's gone. But yeah, this is all foam inside of here. I would love it if they actually had a beam or something, sticking between them. I mean, still makeshift out of it, a la the movie. But there it is. They did have a video game corner towards the front. I forgot about that, but there wasn't much else to mention there. Got that area, so you can have yourself as an action figure. Classic. And then here's the funny thing about the mannequins. So this one is wearing stilettos. Just putting that out there. I've never seen a Jedi in stilettos. This one, they need to see a chiropractor because they are leaning over so much. Just there we go. Something like that. I'll twist the camera around and see if that movie magic. Diaga? I can't even pronounce it. I'm no Star Wars fan. Or a major Star Wars fan. Trash compactor monster, whatever it's called. Yeah, you know what I mean. This guy looks a lot better. He didn't have anything on before. You want to talk about pantsless? He didn't have any costume earlier, but all good now. I got the outfits here. I do like this little setup. This is cute. Just having the the heads and the stakes. It's just the helmets, but you know. And he feels lifelike. Like I'm standing like 5 feet from him. He looks great. But yeah, I think that's all I can show for here because there really wasn't much else that's unique to the show. You know, you go to a bunch of them, you kind of see the same stuff. I mean, even if you haven't been to one before, you probably have seen this stuff in some way. I was actually going through Walmart Toys yesterday, and I was looking at the prices, and I'm just silently judging them. And some of them were like, okay, it was a couple years old and didn't raise up the price that much. And then I look at some, and I'm like, but why? That was like maybe a $10 to $15 set when it first came out, 2011, I think. Okay, that kind of inflation. I don't know. I'm no expert on it. I have no idea if these are above or below the going rate. But I will say, the 2 Ferris Quest sets that I still want to collect, the Sphinx and the Flying Mummies. I'm not going to buy them here. 140, that's a lot to drop on sets that I don't care if they're, like, I don't care if they're used. I don't care if they're not sealed. A lot of times, I could buy it without the box and be fine. As long as it has all the pieces and figures, sure. I was actually trying to look into getting a second Scorpion Temple or a Scorpion Pyramid that has, it does have the figures that I'm missing and a few parts here and there that I was missing. It'd be way cheaper than the first time I got it. But yeah. Crazy. How does BFAP do it? How does Just Too Good do it? I don't know. I mean, this may be different than eBay. Again, I don't know what the prices are based off of. Bricklink, eBay, Amazon, what? I have no idea. But it is very, very strange. I do have this one. I used to have the box for it, but I got like a second copy of it, maybe $15 or so from eBay. It had most of the parts. It didn't have the figures, but I already own the figures because I had the set back in the day. Just needed the parts again to rebuild it. And it's still sitting in my shelf. I will need to do some Harry Potter stuff with it later because trending, because YouTube, because Lego Harry Potter up and now. You know, all that stuff. All right, see you later, Mason. Not much else going on at this point. I had some original Ninjago in there. They had some of the other vendors too. Like 2011, 2012 Ninjago. It's pretty nice. Yeah, all of these, as far as I know, are sealed sets. A couple current ones. This, at some point, would be nice to get. Hashtag because trending. Exactly, Kevin. This would be great to get at some point used. Because Toys R Us... I've always wanted that truck. That and the yellow one. I'd be okay with either. But if I had the Toys R Us one, I don't have to worry about the yellow. Make a tape. I did see these at Toys R Us before they closed. I think these in particular went down to like $2. But, you know, they're all closed. You can't get them there now, whatever. But $5 still isn't the worst for them. The Bill Bonanza, I still have to test out the one that I have. I don't know how well it's going to stick, and I have my doubts. Usually sells about 12. I've seen it more locally down to 3. Believe it or not. 10 isn't too bad for a bunch of rolls. They give you a bunch with it. Brick sticks, I don't have any of those. Haven't tried them out. At some point, maybe. But, yeah. Luckily, they're not standing right next to me, like, tapping their foot. But I really should get a move on. I think we've more than exhausted what's here. But if there's anything else you would like to see that I haven't already covered, I will, shoot me a message or put it on the comments or something. I will cover it tomorrow. I could look through the glow zone, but I think I did some of that through Philly. It's most of the same stuff, just a little less because of other people's MOCs submitted there. And they got the blue bin as well. They got Meeper bots, which has been around for a couple BrickFests that I've been to. Brick swag, and I don't even know what's in those brick swag boxes. I might just, is it just the boxes? And they feel hollow. They're real light. No effort. Yeah, they're just the boxes. I think it's more just as like a packing source now. I don't think they're trying to sell the entire subscription box. I haven't seen the service in a while. This might be nice to get another one, because I did get one back in the day, and I don't know if it's just the batteries that went out, or if it's the light. I have to figure that out. Parts packs. I wonder if any of these have the 2x3 brick swag bricks. That's one thing I do regret, not still subscribing to them. That's not the worst deal. It's actually not too bad, because the t-shirt regularly goes for like $20 or somewhere close to that. Oh, it doesn't exist. They sold it to Booster Bricks. Oh, okay. There we go. Thanks for filling me in on that. I only got like a few subscription boxes at the time, and like once or twice I messed up the t-shirt size, and I really didn't see it as like the proper size or the proper value for it. I was still curious about like if you can get the individual components, and this is basically it. Yeah, Meeper bots usually has a thing in here, building your own stuff, having things you could add onto the robots in that area. They got the mini golf over on this side. There we go. Now we're seeing it. Actually, I forgot. I have to go out the other side because I parked in the back. Parking in the back. Not a strange phrase. It's I parked back there because that's where the loading dock is. For exhibitors and vendors and things like that. I stopped here for a second. It caught my eye just a little bit. The 500-piece puzzle looks good. The Lego Technic system and town sets, so tiny, sealed $10 each. I don't think I could pull the trigger on that for this weekend. I don't know if they would sell out before the weekend is over. They do have the new brickheads. They have the new Harry Potter brickheads in here. You can see Ron Weasley, Harry Potter, Hedwig, Dumbledore, and Hermione Granger. And you can kind of make out a little bit through the curtain. They do have the Quidditch set. So, yeah. There's a Walmart, like, right next to here, so that kind of explains it. They got the video games. I saw some of them on before, but that, for me, doesn't appeal. I mean, the video games, yes, but playing them at a convention, I can do that at home. I'm not going to sit there and watch somebody else play it. Brick Warriors as their whole setup in here. Couple areas for that. I think that was it. Yeah, just more video game stuff over there. Okay. Lego trivia and such. I'm well over time. But time to head home. I need to eat. I've had like a couple snacks throughout the day. I don't know if you would call it a meal. But yeah, if you didn't want to, if you were wondering since BrickFest, Philly BrickFest, if you're wondering if there's going to be a vlog for every convention, well, I guess this is the best way to cover it. It's all here in the live stream. Pretty much covered what was here. This is all Warminster Brick Shop. I helped with a couple setups yesterday with it after my stuff was taken care of. Bricks on the dollar, back again. We got the giant ones from Philly. There are a couple new posters in here I haven't seen yet, and I think some of them that are like before release date, so that's good. Kevin Ankle, I see you right there with the Gold City Junction. That one, I've seen it. I don't think I have it yet. This one I'd like to have. Bionicle one, need that. I'll get that at some point later. There's like 2 or 3 other ones in here that are relatively new, like right there. Another Rock Raiders, Lego Racers, and modular. Basically just the detective's office shown there, but it kind of has a hint of the other Lego sets. Brickset is live. Okay. Go to him if you'd like. I won't be offended. No, seriously, he gets a... You know, I'm not against him. I'm just saying that that information means nothing to me. I'm not Ginblade. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm going to cancel this live stream now because I'm going to see Brickset. If I see him, if I'm watching it, I would just have it in the background while I'm driving. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to be driving home soon. I'm not going to participate, really. Everyone is live. That's just coincidence. I didn't really plan for this in advance, but I still thought I do want to cover this. I wanted to cover it last night, but I ran out of time to actually get a video up or even post anything to say, hey, I'm live or whatever. I'm going to stay. Well, we're going to leave now, so... All hampers first, yeah. Double down lighting. There was a, I believe that was the guys. They had like a huge camera setup in here throughout the day. They had a whole bunch of icons, like really good video all the way around of BrickFest, and I'm sure it'll turn out to some really good material, like really good promotion. Kevin is live. I am Spartacus. That's what it feels like right now. But yeah, we're pretty much done here. This is just a little school tucked away behind a giant expo center. Whatever. No big deal. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't have much else to say, but hey, we got an hour's worth out of it. That's not bad. I thought I was going to have to be escorted out the door. May or may not have my legs walking. I'm not saying to be chopped. I mean, like, somebody would be picking me up and being like, sir, you got to move. I don't know. I'll come up with a ridiculous scenario. I'm way over there. I'm in the last spot. Or very close to the last spot. Yeah. They still had a lot of people here. Even though this is basically the exhibitor parking, they still had a lot of people here. And I was like just able to get a spot out of 2 that were open. But that's all I got. I will talk to you guys later. Do some more stuff. When I get home, I do have the Maniac for Toys video. It's up on the channel. So if you wanted to see that, solicit myself now that I'm out of the convention. Now that I'm not in the Garden Slug corner. But yeah, Maniac for Toys was a video that went up. I still owe you guys the 20Q live stream, the minifigure shooting gallery, Lego shooting gallery video, last Friday's vlog about shopping scandals. I don't owe you the game anecdote. I don't owe you the game anecdote about Mario. I will still work on that, but it is not something I was going to do that same week or weekend. So I got the game anecdote out yesterday. I'm happy with it. A few audio issues here and there, but it definitely got better than the last time I made the video. Eventually I'll do Mario. Like the same way I would do it with the Sonic retrospective. It would be one video about my opinions and how I played the mainline games, and then as part 2 that would be about the spin-offs and things like that. There's my keys. Trapped in the car. Or trapped in the bag. But yeah, I've had a lot of ideas for gaming. I would love to do more of that. And not like more often, because it does take quite some time to actually get each video out. Like hours and hours of editing beyond the recording. But I'm learning a little bit more over time. That's probably the highest production thing I have right now, just to like make it look good. So, part two. Oh yeah. For Sonic, there'll be a part 2. Mario, there'll be part 1, part 2. Legend of Zelda, I think will just fit into one video. I don't think it's going to be part 1, part 2, even though I did say mainline and spin-off, but it's not a lot of spin-offs from Zelda, and not a lot that I've experienced that I could really talk about. There would definitely be some, like in the Sonic video, I'd be like, well, I know these titles exist, but I'm not going to talk about them in this video. Maybe some other time, or something like that. Happy Brick 1985. Welcome, but you are a bit late. This is the end. The car is starting. I'm getting in the car. I am finagling my way through here. I don't know what's going on. Now it's just getting weird and oof. And all right. All right, I'm out. I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you want to see anything that I didn't cover in the video already, just check social media and such and all in the description. Doobly-doo. If you want me to, post it, I can put a post or like Instagram or whatever. I have that, if there's anything at the convention, let me put words in my mouth. If there's anything at the convention that you didn't see here that you would like to see, like if there was any other stuff that I didn't go much into, let me know at some point. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And I will make a post about it. Be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other stuff. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Now I just gotta shut this off. There we go.